Hello there. This is Clay Basics with Mrs. Kramer. All right, I'm going to show you how to take care of your clay, and I'm going to show you how to make a simple slab. And a slab is just a flat piece of clay, and you can make a lot of different things from this, but it's good to know how to make one of these first. These two slabs here were cut from the same piece of clay, so they came from a larger slab. So the first thing we're going to do is cut a large piece of clay from our bag of clay, and I'm going to use this dental floss, but we can also use a wire cutter, and it's about 1.5 inches or 2 inches thick. And I'm going to start off, we want to take this is actually a very thick slab, we want to make it thinner. So the first thing I'm going to do is take it and slap it down onto the clay mat. A few times. I'm going to turn it over and slap it down again. And each time I slap the clay, it kind of moves out to the edges. And it flattens it out on the surface a little bit. So the next thing I'm going to do is take the heel of my hand, which is this part of your hand, and I'm going to tap, not very hard, firmly but not really hard, into the center of the clay. And as I tap, I'm then going to draw my hand back towards the edge. So I say tap, 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 tap out to the edge. And then I'm going to turn my clay mat so that my whole slab of clay turns back to the center, tap, 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 out to the edge. Turn the clay mat back to the center, heel of the hand, tap, 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 out to the edge. And I'm going to continue to do this all the way around the clay slab, always going back to the center. I always want to be drawing my hand out to the edge. I don't want to go too hard because I don't want to put big dents in the clay, although it is going to get a little bit bumpy. And when I've gone all the way around, I'm going to pick up my clay again, and I'm going to slap it down, nice and hard. And again, that's going to push the clay out to the edges. And when you do this, you'll see that happening. Then I'm going to go back to the center, heel of my hand, tap, 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 out to the edge. Turn the clay mat back to the center, tap, 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 out to the edge. Turn the mat back to the center, tap, 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 out to the edge. Okay, and then when I've gone all the way around, I'm going to slap it down again and again. Then I'm going to use my finger. I want my slab to be about as thick as my pinky finger. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to say that my slab is finished. Okay, and there it is. And that's about how thick it is. Thank you. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is wrap the slab up so that we can work on it again the next time we're working on clay. And when you wrap your clay, you want to wrap it carefully. You don't want it to dry out, and you don't want it to get too wet and mushy. So, to keep things organized, we're going to use a piece of tape. I happen to have green tape, but you can use masking tape as well. And I'm going to put it on this clay board. And I'm going to put my name on it with a marker. There you go. And you should also put your period on there, the period that you have class. So I'm going to pretend this is for period 3. Okay. Then I'm going to take some paper towels, and you want to get some paper towels You can use I have white paper towels because I'm at home, but at school we use the brown paper towels, and you want about an arm's length worth of paper towels. And I'm going to wet them. You can wet them at the sink. I'm going to use this bowl. And then you want to squeeze out all of the extra water. You don't want your clay towel to be soppy wet. You want it just to be damp. And I'm going to shake it open. Sometimes they tear a little bit, that's okay. And I'm going to wrap my clay slab in this damp paper towel. And that's going to help it stay moist to work on next time. It doesn't have to be perfectly wrapped, just kind of covered with some damp towel. And the next thing we're going to do is put that into a plastic bag so no air gets inside. So in class we're using recycled grocery plastic bags, and sometimes they have holes in the bottom. So take your plastic bag and hold it up to the light and just look through and make sure it has no holes in the bottom. If you see a hole and it's small, you can take a piece of tape and cover it up, but if the hole is very big, then you should probably throw the bag away and get a new one. Okay, so I'm going to use this bag. I'm going to take my clay slab, I'm going to tuck it back into the corner of the bag, and then I'm going to kind of smoosh out some extra air that might be in there. And I'm going to take the corners of the bag, or the opening of the bag, and I'm going to twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it 3 or 4 times. And then tuck the handle, that twisted part of the bag, underneath the clay slab and put it on my clay board so that it stays nice and moist for the next time that I'm going to use it. And I'm going to put it on a shelf somewhere. And that's how you take care of your clay and make a clay slab.